이제는 서구권뿐만이 아니고 글로벌에서도 이제 가장 중요한 게임쇼가 되면서 행사 규모가 크다는 건 알고 있었는데 이렇게 클 줄은 몰랐습니다.
현재로서는 거의 지상 최대 게임쇼 아닌가 라는 생각이 듭니다.
다크앤다크 모바일 게임스컴에서 어떻게 하면 더 좋은 결과를 얻을 수 있을까?
Welcome to Gamescom.
In the world of Dark and Darker Mobile, we explore the uncharted depths of mysterious dungeons. When we conquer the lurking danger within, we win power, respect, and priceless treasures. Here, the creators of the Dark and Darker Mobile challenge their own version of the dungeon. What will they win from it? I'm Grégoire Vaquez, French content creator and lifelong gamer. To uncover the story behind the creators' challenge, I first had to meet this man.
Very important question. What is Dark and Darker Mobile?
다크앤다크 모바일은 세계 최초로 모바일에서 만들어지는 익스트랙션 RPG 게임이에요. 근데 익스트랙션 RPG가 아직 정의되지 않았거든요. 크래프톤에서 그리고 블로그에서 만드는 이 익스트랙션 RPG를 정의하는 게임이 될 거고요. 이 세계는 중세 로우 판타지의 세계관을 갖고 있고요. 칼한자루, 천이나 가죽이나 판금으로 된 옷을 가지고 무시무시한 던전에 뛰어들어서
던전을 탐험하는 게임이죠. 몬스터들의 위협도 다른 탐험가들의 위협도 있는데 그런 위협들을 다 이제 물리치고 보물들을 많이 획득해서 이제 무사히 탈출하면 되는 그런 게임입니다.
With the Rhine River flowing through its center, Cologne, Germany, has long been a hub of global trade, with medieval mega-projects such as the Cologne Cathedral standing as proof of its historical significance. Since 2009, Cologne has been home to the world's largest video game convention, Gamescom.
어떤 그냥 행사장의 물리적인 이 규모도 정말 말이 안 되고
게임스컴이 어떤 서구권의 게임 박람회로서는 그냥 부동의 원탑? 너무 넓어요.
And Gamescom is like 400,000 people, so it's very different.
It will mean a lot because gaming is a digital thing, and now we see each other physically and seeing the booths. The developers won't forget us or something like that.
Safe place for the gaming community. Everyone can come and visit and be who he wants to be without the pressure to be perfect, social standards, etc. It's just amazing to see people so connected.
게임스컴을 가자라는 거는 프로젝트 굉장히 초창기부터 피디님이 가고 싶다, 가보자라는 말씀을 하셨어요.
So for your team, you are 10 people
Yeah.
actually here. Why for them it's so important to be here at the Gamescom?
여러 얘기가 많아요. 게임 전시회에 나가는 게 이제 맞냐? 나가서 도대체 얻을 수 있는 게 뭐냐? 요즘은 유튜브도 온라인이고 다 할 수 있는데 그게 어떤 의미가 있냐라고 하는데 직접 유저를 만나서 유저와 호흡하는 것만큼 우리 게임의 상태를 잘 알 수 있는 건 없다고 생각해요.
일정이 빠듯했어요. 또 얼마 전에 2차 CBT 글로벌 베타 테스트까지 진행을 했었기 때문에 진짜 쉴 틈 없이 달려오는 그 중간중간에 계속 게임스컴을 준비하는 게 굉장히 어려웠던 것 같아요. 구체적인 일정들이 좀 들어가다 보니까 이게 진짜 가는 거구나.
Just like the real world, nothing is perfect. And the world building never ends. Developers, also known as devs, are the creators behind video games, building an entire world for players to explore.
그냥 계속 아마 되지 않을까. 오픈할 때까지 이러고 있지 않을까요? 게임스컴 기대하고 있습니다. 아마 원격으로 신경은 여기에 연결되어 계시고 거기서 몸은 거기서 왔다 갔다 하시고.
The devs of D&DM tirelessly inspect every corner of the world, leaving no stone unturned.
잘 가요.
Modifying, improving, and testing new builds every week. What are D&DM's goals at Gamescom?
모바일에도 캐주얼하게 즐길 수 있는 게임들이 주류가 되기도 하는데 지금까지 좀 쉽게 느끼지 못했던 모바일에서도 이런 게임이 재미를 느낄 수 있구나 라는 것을 한번 남겨보고 싶다. 저 개인적으로는 그런 생각을 가지고 있습니다.
기념절이고
뭐 처녀자리고 저희가 무리하게 모바일로 와서 이제 행사장을 만들고 한 것이 아닌가라고 하는 그런 생각도 들었는데 큰 사고가 생기지 않았으면 좋겠다라고 하는 어떤 생각으로 왔고요.
With the first day fast approaching, there seems to be a slight misstep in their challenge.
GPG는 근데 꺼야 될 것 같은데 거의 버그가 있어.
한번 해볼게요. 플레이 한번 해봐야 되겠다. 나 한 번만 해볼게.
킹거.
킹거?
킹거 이슈가 있다는 말씀이시죠?
네네네. 모바일하고 다르게 동작하는데 교준 보조가 걸린 상태에서 다른 쪽으로 마우스를 회전해도 다시 끌려가요.
아.
이게 모바일은 없는 문제예요.
이거 불편하겠네. 버그 같네. 해찬님 이거 ILI로 이거 디폴트 설정 바꿀 수 없어요?
GPG는 못해요.
아예 못해? 그러니까 자동 조정 설정 바꿀 수 없어?
이걸 왜 진작에 예상을 못했지라는 수준의 좀 부끄러운 얘기지만 이걸 이제 설치하고 나서 안 거죠. 그래서 이제 내일 오픈할 건데
근데 GPG만 할 거라는 거잖아요. 그러니까 GPG만 배포를 다시 해서 깔아 그냥.
새로 생성하면 기본값으로 만들어지는 거죠. 근데 그 저장을 매번 하는 게 그러니까 막 캐릭 생성할 때 저장하는 게 아니라서
지금 배포하는 건 아닌 것 같은데 해볼까 준비? 재배포밖에 없나?
네, 제보밖에 없어요.
지금 연락 가능해요? 10시 뭐 하도 되는 거예요?
빌드 만들면 돼요.
빌드를 그럼 만들죠.
이거 튜토리얼
만들자.
근데 나가 그러면 못하는 거잖아요.
숙소에서 해야지.
그 다음날 아침에 일찍 와서
아, 그 아침 일찍 와서 3시 만에 설치한다?
그렇게 해야 되겠죠.
PC 빌드는 새로 지금 만들 거고요. 지금 저희 용사들이 가서 네 일단 빌드 새로 만들 거고
심지어 여기 밤에 알게 된 거라서 여기에서 못하고 쫓겨나서 그 노트북 다 들고 호텔 가가지고 그 작업을 했었죠. 예. 진행하는데 문제 없어요. 제가 다 고쳐놨으니까 이제 잘할 수 있을 거고.
A misstep, but not a tumble. It was quite a suspenseful journey to open the D&D booth. How was it set up?
근데 내가 뭔 말을 해? 크래프톤이 이제 게임스컴에 출품을 해서 지금 펠름메세 7월에 이제 크게 부스를 잡았고 저기 이제 인조이 부스 반 먹고 저희 다크앤다커 모바일 부스가 또 반을 하고 있죠. 지금 여기서 그래서 다크앤다커 모바일 체험 부스고요. 어쨌든 모바일 기기 80대에서 90대 정도 하고 GPG를 하고 구글 플레이 게임즈를 쓰는 이제 PC 빌드도 10대 설치를 해놔서 다양한 플랫폼으로 테스트 해볼 수 있는 이제 체험형 공간입니다.
플레이어 여러분, 이 게임을 즐겨주세요. 행운을 빕니다. 이지 피지, 건전 스피지. 들어주셔서 감사합니다.
Really good balance. Nothing is strong or nothing is weak. It's good. It's funny. I like it.
오프라인에서는 손동작부터 표정까지 저희가 보려면 이제 볼 수가 있거든요. 진짜 이제 뒤에서 보고 있으면은 중요한 순간에 이렇게 막 몸이 움찔움찔 하면서 플레이 하신 분들 많이 있으시거든요.
한 40분 이상 플레이 하신 분들도 상당히 있는데 그분들이 나가시고 나면 계정을 초기화하기 전에 제가 후딱 달려가서 템이라든지 이런 걸 다 확인하고 아, 이분은 이런 형태로 플레이를 하셨구나.
How was Dark&Darker Mobile?
I think the game is really cool. I like the graphics and the mechanics.
I really like it too. It was something new to me, so it was really easy to learn.
Surprisingly punishing. I mean, you never know if there's anything around the corner, like a goblin or a skeleton that jumps from the...
And so I first read the message on the screen that so-and-so has killed someone else, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
How is it going so far?
네네, 너무 좋아요. 너무 좋고요. 가족하고 같이 와서 너무 게임하는 모습이 너무 좋고 이 문화가 너무 좋거든요. 그리고 우리 게임이 생각보다 좀 무섭잖아요. 근데 아이들도 잘하네. 그래서 저희 딸이 할 때 못하게 했거든요. 아, 이거 하지 마. 이거는 좀 죽이고 그러면서 안 해. 그랬는데 아이들 하는 거 보니까 해도 될 것 같아요. 그래서 좀 같이 해야 되겠다. 이런 생각이 좀 들었습니다.
For us, when we play this kind of medieval ages game, it's kind of memory of retro gaming, like the game console we played before. So it's kind of nostalgia. We have memories of this kind of game. So for me, it's interesting. I think it's same for many people. It can be like this. Yeah.
이 게임의 하드코어함은 죽으면 모든 걸 다 잃는다. 그런데 탈출을 하면 모든 걸 얻는다.
그래서 제가 이게 어떤 장르의 초심이라고 생각을 하는데 원래는 던전을 탐험하는 게 되게 무서운 거 해야 되잖아요. 그러니까 내가 지금 아무것도 몰라요. 심지어 이 맵이 이 던전 안에 뭐가 있는지 지도도 하나도 없는 상태에서도 그냥 들어가서 그런 어떤 살 떨리는 경험을 해야 되는데 그래서 이럴 때 매운맛 한번 봐야 된다.
초보 모험가가 여행을 떠나서 만나게 된 그 야만적인 환경, 그 거친 환경이 중세라는 소재와 굉장히 잘 어울린다. 이런 생각으로 우리 게임을 만들고 있습니다.
저희가 해외여행들을 하면은 뭐 저희가 여행 온 건 아니고 출장 온 거지만은 견문이 넓어진다고 하잖아요. 그래서 이게 이런 느낌이구나. 정말 세상은 넓고 게임은 많고 게임 좋아하시는 분들도 정말 많구나라는 거를 느꼈고
일단은 게임쇼에 출품한다라는 것은 게임 개발자들한테는 원래도 되게 로망이에요. 꿈이기도 하고. 그래서 또 게임쇼로 오는 거죠. 이제 다른 회사들 보면 자극받거든요. 쟤네도 저렇게 잘하는데 우리도 잘해야지. 그런 것들. 우리 다크앤다크 모바일 잘 되면 우리 게임 코스프레이어가 늘면 좋겠네요. 그런 생각 드네. 네.
더 미어 터질 텐데 더 즐겁게 볼 수 있지 않을까? 이런 생각이 들어서.
그러면 우리 유저들이 많이 오면 힘이 안 든다?
그렇죠. 다 똑같지 않아요, 이거? 상당히 아쉽기는 해요. 벌써 시간이 이렇게 됐나?
전 바로 회사 가고 싶은데요. 휴식이나 이런 것보다도 게임스컴 여기 현장 와가지고 이제 보고 듣고 한 것들 이제 구성원들하고 좀 공유하고 시간이 얼마 안 남았으니까 그 기간대를 마지막 좀 잘 달리기 위해서 또 바로 가서 회사 가서 구성원들하고 개발을 해야 되지 않을까 싶습니다.
저는 현실에 안주하지 않고 뭔가 새로운 걸 하는 걸 도전이라고 생각을 하는데 저한테 있어서 D&DM 프로젝트 자체가 도전이기도 하고 D&DM 자체도 내가 잃었지만 또 도전하고 혹은 내가 뭔가를 얻었지만 또 더 높은 걸 얻기 위해서 도전하거든요.
라인강은 가야죠. 네. 라인강을 왜 보고 싶었나 생각을 해보면 이 독일에서 되게 핵심적인 강이니까 이 나라의 뭐 이런 젖줄 같은 느낌일 텐데 그것을 바라보면서 뭔가 희열을 느끼고 싶었던 거 봐요. 해냈다, 목표를 이루었다, 뭐 이런 것들이요. 뭐 한강의 기적처럼 여기도 라인강의 기적이 있다고 하니까 이번에 게임스컴이 그 단초를 좀 우리한테 주면 좋겠다라는 바람이 있었나 봅니다. 네.
If I go into the dungeon, oh yeah, I'm going to kill the orcs, I'm going to kill the goblins, I'm going to kill the witches, I'm going to get all the treasure, I'm going to come out, I'm going to be the champ.
The shortest bow I can possibly get, because then I can move around in a dungeon, I can duck, I can hide, take a very short recurve bow, like a Korean bow or a Turkish bow or something like this. Yeah.
The key would be a really good set of chainmail.
An ogre, a goblin or something like that, I don't think it would stand much chance against an archer with a warbow and our arrows. But maybe a dragon would be a little bit too much.
No, I would die. I would be so dead. Sword, like they're heavy. They're like 10, 15 kilos. I'd be like, wait a minute, sir, please.
Hi, I'm Grégoire Vaquez, French content creator and lifelong gamer.
다크앤다크 모바일은 중세 로우 판타지고요. 던전 크롤링이 포함되었고 RPG가 있는 게임이에요. 근데 여기에 액션성이 매우 강조됐기 때문에 이 액션에 재미가 있는 그런 게임입니다.
These worlds lie at the heart of Dark and Darker Mobile. We traveled and spoke with enthusiasts and experts from around the globe to dive deeper into the world of Dark and Darker Mobile and explore why this universe has captivated people for centuries. There's no better place to start than England Medieval Festival in Kingsgrove, Pippingford, England.
My name is Jonathan Geisler, and I'm the event director for England's Medieval Festival. The festival started in 1993, and so we're over 30 years of running the festival. They started as young children, and now they're young adults, or they started as young adults, and now they're parents with their own children. But they come back year after year, and we all come together as a big festival family.
Every year, thousands of people visit UK's largest medieval festival. Whether it's trying your luck on the battlefields, watching entertainment shows true to the times, or simply dressing up and role-playing to soak in the atmosphere, everyone finds a way to express their love for the Middle Ages and the fantasy it embodies.
We've come for about 20 years, and then everybody else has been coming for about 15
years. Yeah, we've come every year.
And we stay over as well, so we're glamping up in the field and get to be here for the whole time. So.
And some find their way in action.
Yes, my name's Nick Birmingham, and I'm a member of the Free Company of Aquitaine, and we represent the English military archer of the late 14th and early 15th century. When I was a teenager, I just found that I was interested in the Middle Ages. As soon as I left school and I bought my own car, on weekends, because I really hated work, so I would just look around for castles. And I jump in my car and I drive sometimes 2 or 3 hours just to visit a castle. Yeah, so I'm wearing the kit of a late 14th century military archer. So everything that I'm wearing is reproduction, but it is as authentic as we can get it. So some of the clothing we will make ourselves. We will find medieval patterns and we will copy those, because that's why we do this, I suppose, is escapism. It's trying to get away from the modern life, just for a few days. So as soon as we turn up and we get dressed in this medieval costume and medieval camp, then we live the medieval life for 3 days. Yeah, I love it. I really do love it, yeah.
From there I met my husband, and we got together, and my granddaughter joins us as well, so it's become a sort of real family thing, yes. My name is Tracy, but I go by the name of Jane's Historical Kitchen. They're not clear, they say take some of this, take some of that, mix it together and mess it forth, which, you know, it doesn't really tell you a lot. So I collect historic recipes, I try them out, and then I write them down in my own little way in my book. There's a lot of the recipes are written down in such a way that and work out how they would have cooked it or how they could have cooked it, and that's what I love that experimental cookery, and then feeding people and seeing people's faces when they taste something and they go, I didn't expect that to taste that nice, or so that's the fun part of it. But we travel all over the country to do this, and just we love it.
The archers were drawn from the peasant classes, so they're not earning a great deal of money and they're not living a very exciting life. And also people didn't really travel much back then, but their lives were quite insular. So to be able to go and travel to a foreign country and earn good money, it drew an awful lot of people to the life of an archer. So I think if I went back to the Middle Ages, that is the life that I would choose. But I would like the ability to earn more money, for sure. I wouldn't like to be a poor peasant. Yeah, that's it, a rich peasant, yeah.
And compared to our expectations for how day-to-day life is. Living in the Middle Ages would be very difficult for us. However, and so I think that's something we kind of tend to forget, that like people are always people and they like to look at beautiful things. They like to tell a joke. They like to have, a good meal and a nice beer at the end of the day. My name is Larissa Grolemund. I'm Associate Curator of Medieval and Renaissance Manuscripts at the Getty Museum here in Los Angeles.
In Vienna, Austria, an archer brings the voice of Dark & Darker Mobile's Ranger to life.
Hello, my name is Armin Himmer. Since 44 years I do archery. Since 25 years I teach archery. We are here at Bogensport Austria in Vienna, and it's a nice place because they have upstairs a big shop where you can get everything you need for your traditional archery needs more, but they have compound bows too. And here we have a small shooting range where I give sometimes courses, and they have an archery cinema here where you can shoot some movie scenes. It was when I was 15 years old, a friend of mine took me to his place. In his garden was a target, and I said, what's this target for? And he said, yeah, it's for archery. And he gave me an old vintage compound bow and some arrows and said, here, have fun. And that's where my addiction started. Yes, it's like a virus. It doesn't leave you. It's always there. You need to try, then you know it.
The Middle Ages and its fantastical elements resonate with many people for all different kinds of reasons. For those in this particular place, it's a passion that transcends themselves. We move to Denny, Scotland, to Duncarron medieval village.
Okay, yeah, testing. Here we go. Once upon a time in a land far, far away, there lived a Korean film crew. And then a zombie apocalypse happened in the middle of filming an interview. How's that? Making movies, yeah. I just did 5 movies back to back, so I'm tired. My name is Stuart Brennan. I'm a BAFTA award-winning actor. I'm a multi-award-winning film producer, a film director, and a film writer. I've worked with many wonderful people, including Oscar winner Martin Scorsese, Golden Globe winner Gareth Wiley, BAFTA winner Stephen Fry, and many other wonderful actors and creators. Games for me were a portal into another world because I was able to read books, but there wasn't much film being made when I was growing up. And so games were the first thing that came along and inspired me and made me go, wow, I can explore a different universe. And I have a love of history, so I loved medieval times, and a lot of these fantasy games are very much medieval based. What's the difference between a fighter and a barbarian? So if you're going to choose a fighter, be prepared, be careful, concise, get ready to kill. If you're going to be a barbarian, smash everything! So Duncarron is a living reproduction of a medieval village and fort. So we have these huge palisade walls that go all around the village. Inside we have 20, 30 buildings. We then have things like the battering ram from Robin Hood that Russell Crowe gave us. We have a ginormous trebuchet that was used in the movie Outlaw King that Netflix gave us. Yeah, this is the perfect place for a ranger to live. And we have all sorts of interesting things such as artisans' houses, trading posts, the long house, the chieftain's house, the lookout tower, all interesting medieval buildings for you to go and explore. We even have lunch if you're hungry. It's a beautiful place to be. It's the Carron Valley, which is a huge forest with a great big reservoir behind us, rolling hills all around. It's stunning in every weather. It was created by Charlie Allen because he got fed up and tired of schools not teaching Scottish history in Scottish schools. So he said, hey, I'm going to build something to celebrate Scottish heritage, Scottish culture. I'm going to make it so big that people can come and see it and enjoy it and live in it. And that's what he did. He built Duncarron. And, you know, they started 25 years ago. They opened in 2019. And ever since, they've been bringing in thousands of people every year to experience Scottish heritage. In the Long Hall is where Charlie Allen married his wife. They had a hand fasting ceremony in there. It was a really beautiful moment. It's had so much work and love put into it. It's very special. So we all love this history, and then the more you explore it, the darker it gets. The more terrible things happen. and things that have been missing from history books come alive again. So you're constantly turning back into the medieval times and discovering new, exciting, dangerous things.
What makes a warrior?
Heart, absolutely. Yeah, if you're going to swing a sword, you need to believe that you're going to hit your opponent. Same with shooting an arrow, you have to know you're going to hit your target. That's when you release. It can be anyone. All sizes, shapes, ethnicities, backgrounds, sexes. I think anyone can be a warrior, and that's really exciting.
Be very careful about where you look and where you step in a medieval dungeon or in a medieval castle, really. No stone is left unturned. So I think for people exploring this world, be careful, but also be thorough.
So he needs to have this samurai mind, you know. First you accept death as it will happen one day, and then you just go and do your thing and don't think. I keep going. I think the last thing I will do when my time has come is I shoot an arrow and then I die.
But when you get a chance to dress up, hold the sword, have the cameras, have the director say action, and you get to live it, it's incredible, it's thrilling.
Okay then, in the world of D&DM, what about you as a warrior?
I just poison them. I just feed them and poison them.
I would definitely survive. I'm very good at adapting and finding ways to make things happen because organizing an event is a little bit like a survival game.
First of all will be always a bow, because it's a distance weapon, so if my enemy stands only 15 meters away and have the chance to take my enemy out at 15 or 20 meters, I will do this.
I think I might choose a clerical class. They often have a little bit of a leg up in terms of education or kind of access to knowledge that other characters maybe don't have.
But if I had a really bad day, if things were going terrible, I'd be a necromancer. I'd raise the dead, I'd have a huge army, we'd attack and swarm everyone. Yeah.
Well, Necromancer is not in the game yet. We will see what the devs think.
Yeah, add necromancers.
And I think I would do the same. If I could go back to the 14th century, not only would I be an English archer, but I would be a mercenary archer.
A message to tell, a journey to endure, or simply for the fun of it. We all have our reasons for entering the dungeons. From what we've seen and heard, the secret to a successful adventure lies in the mind, the passion, and the energy. And of course, don't forget your sword.